When we created StemPets, what we had was a natural aquatic botanical called Aphanisum and Flassaqua, in short AFA. And people consuming AFA were reporting all kinds of benefits, a broad variety of benefits. What could be this one thing that the product would do in the body that could lead to such a broad variety of effects? So for many years it was a mystery, until early 2000 with the discovery of the natural role of stem cells in the body. What was discovered was that adult stem cells from the bone marrow can leave the bone marrow, go in the blood, and from the blood could then migrate in various tissues, and as they do so, they renew and repair tissues of the body. So if we have a product that can support the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow and put more stem cells in circulation in the bloodstream, and as they migrate in someone's liver, that person has improvements in liver function. If they migrate in someone else's pancreas, that person has improvements in pancreatic function. So we would expect that if a product supports the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow, we would expect to obtain a broad variety of health benefits. And that's what we had with AFA. So we hypothesized maybe the mechanism of action of AFA is that it supports the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow. And we finally demonstrated that that's how AFA is working. It supports the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow. Then we developed a concentrate from AFA, and that's what we had with StemPets. Now, having developed all the methods and the protocols to do all of this, it was very difficult for me to believe that there would be in the whole wide world of plants only one product, one natural compound having an effect on stem cells. There had to be others. So we used these methods and then asked the question, what else do we know in nature today that historically has been documented or has been known to have a broad variety of benefits? And we studied many, many plants, and we discovered specifically two having an effect on stem cells. Just like AFA, two plants that supports the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow. The first one is Fucoidan, from one specific seaweed called Undaria pinnatifida. Fucoidan is a broad class of polysaccharides. Every single seaweed has its own fucoidan. But all fucoidans are not equal. We tested many of them, and they're all having different effects on the body. Only one of them was shown to have an effect on, in terms of supporting the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow. It is fucoidan from Undaria pinnatifida. After consumption, we could document that there is an increase in the number of stem cells, but very different from StemPets. The effect is much slower, but lasts much longer. After 3-4 hours, the number of stem cells is still climbing in the bloodstream. So by blending the two, StemPets and fucoidan, we can get both an early release of stem cells and an effect that lasts much longer. But then we found another one, and the story behind this one is very, very interesting. It is fotai. It's a Chinese herb. In Chinese medicine, everybody has heard of the qi, which is this energy in the body. But there's another concept that relates also to energy, which is the jing. It's very well known in modern Chinese medicine, but in ancient Chinese medicine, the concept of jing was a little bit different. There were the primordial jing that is there at conception that leads to the development of the human body, and after birth, there's another jing that is left over, and that one, in the life of an individual, plays a very important role in healing, regeneration, repair, rejuvenation. So when you think about it, in ancient Chinese medicine, the concept of jing was very, very similar to what is embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. So we simply hypothesized that the jing probably in ancient medicine was referring to stem cells. So we went back in today's Chinese medicine and looked at what are these herbs used today to support the jing, and there are not that many. So we went in the lab and we studied them, and we found that one of them, fotai, exactly does that. It supports the natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow. So by blending all of these together, StemPets, fucoidan from Undaria pinnatifida, and fotai, in very specific proportions, we played with many of them, but one specific blend gave us a very, very interesting outcome, and that's what SE2 is. SE2 triggers this very quick release of stem cells like StemPets, but the release lasts much longer, which is what we got, the effect of fucoidan. So as we develop SE2, we played with various prototypes, and we shared these prototypes with a number of individuals. On the basis of all that data, we were already expecting to get something in effect superior to StemPets. But all I can say is that what we got was just beyond everything that we had expected. With SE2, the effect that we're getting is telling us that we have here a product that is truly a game changer. It's just bringing the whole world of stem cell enhancement to a whole new level. This product is truly the new generation in terms of stem cell enhancers.
We decided to look into what goes on when working horses are retired, and we discovered that it's actually very horrible. We decided we would try to create something sustainable for a retirement sanctuary for working horses that needed this type of help. I'm in the work of helping save horses that have been given up on, trying to give them another opportunity, another chance at life. And many times, you know, just because there's not a solution for them medically, there's nothing anybody can do, and you run into these dead ends, but you know the spirit of this animal wants to live on and has so much to share. Stem equine is an incredible product and opportunity for our horses everywhere. Duke was a former pulling horse. Maybe you've seen these horses in fairs. They're the ones that pull the thousands of pounds of weight with their team partner. Well, Duke was doing that job when he suffered an injury to his back right leg. And while he was recovering from that injury, he developed what's called shivers and string halt. And it can be very, very debilitating, and later it can end up ending their life early. Well, we decided to put him on the stem cell research because we felt like if something could be improved in his condition, it would help thousands of horses, because so many of these big drafts suffer from this kind of this chronic condition.
His muscular symptoms got so much better.
The fact that he's even stood here this long, that's all kicking flies. That's wrong.
It's not the same horse. It really isn't.
So now we see this side of him that is really wonderful, and I've actually been able to find I believe, a really good home for him. I'm really excited about Duke. I'm excited for him, and he's a young horse. He's only 9. He has a whole lifetime ahead of him, and there's a lot of good things he can do still and wants to do. So it's a good thing for him. Peg, she was one of our first rescues here. Peg right now is a 3.5-year-old Irish sport horse, pure blood Irish sport horse, bred in a stable that way. She was born with salmonella. She ended up surviving that, and then in her first day turned out, had her tail eaten off. So she has some normal disabilities from not having a tail. And she's very accident prone, so she gets into a lot of things. And she's had a chronic infection that kept occurring in her back leg. So we thought if anyone could use a trial, it would be Peg. So we put her on the study. Just using the stem cell product, she came through perfectly. It's made remarkable improvements. And it seems to me that her overall personality is better. So we're very excited about that, because Peg is a baby. We'd like for her to grow into her fullness. Connor came to us in the last winter, and from what I understand, he came up lame. They had his feet x-rayed and discovered that he had very serious ring bone, which is a kind of arthritis in his bone joints. So we figured he would be a perfect candidate for the stem equine, and we put him on it, and every day he just seemed more comfortable, a little bit more comfortable. He still has his arthritis, but you saw today that he actually can trot. You couldn't have gotten that horse to trot if you scared the life out of him, because he really couldn't do it. He was in too much pain. You know, it's amazing to see his life, how it's improved, and I just hope that we can get him further through this so that he can find a home. Huey Kahn is the 4th patient we have in the STEM equine study. Huey was my second rescue. He came to me completely crippled. He didn't even want anyone to touch him. You couldn't even touch him. He was in so much pain. His face was all contorted from the pain. He laid down 70% of the time. So Huey had canker, he was lame, he was depressed, he was all these things. The moment we put him on STEM equine, he started to improve really rapidly.
We put him on the product and his feet have gone to normal. About 4 weeks into it, the canker went away. He had it in both feet. If you picked up his foot and tried to trim him, they would start to bleed. They were very painful. It's gone.
There's no sign of any canker or thrush or any kind of problem in his feet at all. He seemed calmer to me and more open to people touching him and picking up his feet, something he hated. He really had to be tranquilized to have his feet picked up.
You know, it's another instance we looked at it and said, well, I'm looking at other things. There's nothing else different. Everything's the same except he's on the STEM equine product. That's all.
It's really a miracle. He has a beautiful coat. His attitude is wonderful. He actually loves being with people. He has the natural, normal, young, and curious, and personality of a sport horse now. I mean, he's a beautiful, beautiful athletic type horse. So Huey has made, in my opinion, the biggest transformation on the STEM equine, and we're very, very, very encouraged. Having these 4 particular horses on STEM equine and seen how it's changed their lives, it's very moving to me. It is exactly the work I'm trying to do in the world, which is to provide a better opportunity for these horses that need us so much. It's about taking responsibility for them and giving them the best opportunities for their well-being. So I recommend these products with my whole heart, and I tell you, I see so much hopelessness in this work that I do. I see so much pain. This has been one of the brightest experiences I've had. It's given me so much hope for all of my horses that have these conditions that are chronic and, unfixable, so they say. I will be a big supporter my whole life of it, and I really am grateful for having had the opportunity to have these horses receive it and to be benefited from it, and that I just hope that anybody that is dealing with a hopeless situation or feeling hopeless will give it a shot and see for themselves what this can actually do. It will change their lives in every way. Thank you.
Hey, come meet Mickey.
Hi. Who am I supposed to meet?
Mickey.
Oh, great. And your name is?
Damien.
Damien. Hey, thanks. Here we are. We're coming up to meet Mickey. We're coming up to Mickey's house. Well, hi there, Mary.
Hey, this is Mickey.
Mickey. Mickey, how are you doing there, buddy?
Here,
Well, Mickey doesn't know how to talk.
No, Mickey doesn't know how to talk. Hey, this is Mickey. This is the one I was telling you about. He's 14 years old, and I got him when he was a pup, about 8 weeks old. I adopted him. He's part Husky and Dalmatian. And a while ago, since he is 14 years old, larger dogs, as you get older, they have a big issue with their back hips, and they have leg problems, and they can't walk.
Really? So Mickey was already exhibiting those symptoms already?
He was already exhibiting those symptoms, and then I had been trying StemFLA and Stem Enhance myself and realized how much it has helped me. So I thought I'd try it on him, so I started giving him half a capsule a day for a couple weeks, and I noticed he started walking better.
Really?
So then
Wow.
I decided to purchase the StemPet, try it, because it was a lot easier to give him than trying to break my capsules up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then stem cell nutrition worked for you, and it also works for dogs and cats and horses. Do we want to show everyone what you can do now, Mickey?
Let's show him. Let's see what he can do. Okay. Come here, Mick. Mom's got a treat for you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Look what I got. No. Mick, here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jump up here. Come Here it is. Here it is. Come on. Come on. Ouch, Mom's got the whole bag now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Nick.
There it goes.
Here you go. Did you get it?
I got it.
So I got the whole bag.
Oh, you weren't going to fool him with just one. He wanted the whole bag.
Ouch, Amber.
This is great.
Good job, Mickey.
Hey, he wasn't going to perform just for one treat. He wants the bag.
Where's the pets? Okay, where's the pet? Go get the pet scent bottle, would you?
The brush thing?
No, the bottle.
Oh, wow. Where's the box?
Man, look at these guys. They're really chowing down, aren't
Oh,
they?
they love this stuff. Yeah, okay, bring me the bottle. Thank you. Okay, now tell me when we're on.
They're on the whole time, so it's...
Okay. As you can see, Mickey does jump back on the bed now. It's been several months, but he's back jumping on the bed, and it's all because of this stuff. This is StemPets by Stemtech, and it's got animal liver in it, and
Bone meal.
and oatmeal,
Bone meal.
and bone meal, and lots of good stuff that has helped able him to now walk better. In fact, my niece has even noticed that he is now walking better as well as jumping up on the bed.
That's great.